Hello everybody, back here again with our vlog a day, and today is Tuesday the 1st? Tuesday the 1st. A little screwed up with my days things. My wife buys me old Farsight calendars from way back in the day. She does the research and figures out what year, 2001 will also work in, 2017 or whatever that number thing is. And she bought one, got me to it for Christmas, and they're stupid expensive. Oh my gosh, I'm sure they're, $100+ a piece. These things are just ridiculously expensive for what they are. But I enjoyed them. And I used to own them back as a kid. I would get them when the year by year would come out and whatnot. Well, then we had the whole concept of, I tore them off. I would, get one day, tear it off, throw it away, and move on. And so then they became, just trash and garbage, and you throw them all away. You don't have to worry about it again. Then now she's finding new old stock for me. Well, somehow or another in her research, I don't know exactly how or where or why, but she somehow bought me the wrong year this year. So everything was going great until the 1st, and my calendar said February 29th. And I'm like, well, the rest of those calendars screwed up the entire year for the day off. So I'm like, well, this is not the right one. So I'm like, there you go. So I sent her a thing. I said, this is one of your best long con pranks you pulled on me and forever. I'm really impressed with how well you did this. Like the fact that you had, that you got me. Like you got me for 2 solid months. I was like, yep, I'm good to go for the year. And I'm like, not today. Not today, you're not. And I laughed. I was like, damn, she got me good. So I hit her up. I'm like, I am so proud of you for this prank. And then she's like, it wasn't a prank. I thought I bought you the right calendar. And I'm like, you thought what? So somehow I guess she got screwed up on it. So I don't know, just saw something, information online was wrong or whatever. So I'm thinking I got pranked and I'm not. So my calendar's been off now. My days are a little bit screwed up and whatnot. So it is what it is. Went ahead, told her that. I was like, you kind of owe me a real calendar now. Like that was my Christmas gift. So I'm kind of screwed out of this thing. So I was like, okay, whatever, no big deal. She got home from work and I asked her, hey, you gotta, now every day you gotta tell me. And randomly throughout the day, text me what day it is so I know the date and the day. And she laughed. She goes, the calendar's on its way. I already got a new one. It's on its way. And I'm like, okay, cool. So hopefully it was a little bit cheaper this time of year than would be buying it in, right before Christmas where she usually buys them. So hopefully she got it for a little bit less money. But it is what it is. And I'll get my calendar. And eventually I'll have every calendar they've ever made is my goal. And all still almost unused. The boxes usually have a little bit of damage here and there for being packed around and whatnot. But the insides often I get them, they still have all the paper wrapped around them. And then what I do is just drop a business card in there and then flip it up for the day, look at it, put it back down. So if I want to see what day it is, I forget what day it is, I have to go and flip back up again. But I can then reuse that over and over as life goes on. So it works well. But went ahead, got up though, got the dogs outside, had the dogs here and stuff. Everybody's kind of, getting all that done, getting all the feeding done and so on and so forth. I ended up hopping in the hot tub for a while. My wife got off to work and I asked her, I said, hey, do you think you're coming home normal time? Because I plan on making burgers, or are you going to work late? She goes, there's one big document I'm working on for months now, and she goes, it should be submitted today. If it gets submitted and it goes off fine, I'll be home regular time. If not, I'll work until it's done because it has to get done and I can't come home until it's finished. And I said, okay, let me know. And she goes, I'll know early on in the day. And I said, okay, cool. Didn't hear nothing from her, anything. So I finally texted her, I'm like, hey, where are we at for time coming home? It's like, I got to fire up my grill. I cook on a big green egg. It takes me a while to get it fired up, get it heated, get it seasoned, get everything. It's not like I just walk out and flip on a gas burner. 3 minutes later, I'm cooking. This takes sometimes like an hour. I figure a minimum an hour to get my grill exactly where I want it before I throw a piece of meat on that thing. And so I'm like, okay, trying to figure out time frame. She goes, regular time. Everything went good. I'm good to go. Regular time coming home. I said, okay, cool. Everything was great. In the morning, I gave back Max, the little dog. He went back home. The people, it's the first time having the dog watch my bail, so they were all nervous and stuff. But they weren't that nervous. They never came and checked the dog or never whatever. So I don't know how nervous you could be if you never figure anything out. But the dog settled in. I, basically know the dog eventually got calmed down. And with him, I'm kind of in that world of, if they ask me to watch him again, I will. But if I never hear from those people again, I'll be perfectly fine with it. He was not that good a dog. And I know by the time he comes back, he'll be back to being shitty again and being all defensive and acting like a jerk towards other dogs. So they don't socialize. The dog gets no interaction with other people and or other dogs. So the dog literally runs from me when I go to pick him up. To the point that when I took him outside in the beginning, I literally put him on leash even inside my fenced yard because he didn't want to come back. It's just like, you won't come to me, so why would you come to me outside? So I just hell that you get put on a leash, which then sucks. So luckily that dog went home without a hitch. The people are super happy about it. They gave me a little tip online. So gave me a nice review. They tried to leave me a review. They texted to me, and I'm like, yep, I know. They said all these like nice things about me. I'm like, yep, I know I was there. I didn't say that way. I'm like, if you're trying to leave a review, this is not it. This was just a text to me. That's not a review. And then they put a review up on the actual site. So that was good. Got a few other things done here and there, looking at a couple houses and stuff, talking to people about trying to build a house and how big a pain in the butt that's going to be, all that good fun stuff. Talked to my wife and asked her, she told her father we'd not get in the house that we're buying, and she said no, she hadn't told him yet. I think she's holding off telling him, and she just hates to tell him bad news, and I'm like, he's a grown-ass man, this is not our fault, it's nothing we did. So I basically called him late in the evening and talked to him about it, and it was good. He's like, okay, cool. So we still have to sell your house, even though you don't have a place to go. Once you get done, you still got to sell it because you're not going back there. So at this point, you're not going back to your house. You're going to stay in the assisted living until you find something else. And that's what he said. He goes, I guess I'll just be stuck here for longer. I said, yep. The sooner we get your house cleaned out, we can get it sold because it'll bring a lot more money if it's empty. It looks like a bigger house and so on and so forth. So hopefully get that moved around and get that all figured out and get that going. And I'll be so glad to get that thing out of there. So saving all that extra money every month too. So we can go as there. From there, we went ahead and got a couple of things done. I went for my run, got my run done. They were supposed to come pick up Finn and whatnot and stuff, and I was like, okay, it's that weird time frame of like I need to run before they get here, but then kind of whatnot, and then get the grill started and stuff. And they text, and I'm like, I basically, well, I'm going to go for a run. I'll stay right here real close. They said they would text me when they were on their way, but I didn't quite trust everybody to actually do what they say they'll do. So I went ahead, was able to get my run in. We got a text a lot while on my run. So I stayed close, cut it real short, got back, gave the dog back. All went fine. Everything went great there. And from there, went ahead and fired up the grill. Went and jumped in the shower, got out of the shower, checked the grill, got it all. It's all looking great, doing wonderful and stuff. Text my wife, I'm like, hey, it's like you're supposed to, come home like 20 minutes ago, and I'm just burning charcoal right now at this point. And wondering when you're gonna be. And she goes, oh, I'll be a little bit. It's done. I'm like, okay. So I just wasted like an hour of charcoal, which wasn't a big deal. That's one of the things I knew I should have waited until she said she's ready to head home. But when I wait till she texted I'm ready to head home, and I fire the grill up at that point, then I know it's one of those things where it takes me a long time to get it going. Like it's just like my wood got wet, my charcoal got wet, and so it won't fucking fire up, and it just drives me nuts. So when I have it done, but we just wasted some charcoal. It's $20 a bag. It's not a big deal. $25 a bag. What the hell it is? Not the end of the world. So went ahead though, made up some burgers, got them all done up. Ate, had the dogs in the house, and it feels weird. So I only got a couple dogs left, and it just feels really weird. It's really quiet. There's much calmer energy and stuff, and it just feels a little bit empty. And that right there always sucks. But other than that, pretty much same old, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.